In today's video, we're going to take a look at IWM on the daily chart, and I'm going to recreate some of the setups that we have already identified on this particular chart. But, we're starting with a blank chart, so you get a better understanding of what I'm doing. I'm running all possible retracements, extensions, and projections as far as the price work is going. So one of the first things I want to do is I want to look at the symmetry. I'm going to compare swings in the same direction, compare them to the most recent swing. All right, so we've got quite a few projections we have to run. So for example, this prior high to low, we're projecting it from the recent high. Here's another one right here. Let's see if we went below that. We actually went below that one, so we're going to get rid of it. And then, yeah, it looks like we probably went through that one too. So let's go to the next one here. High to low, projected from the high. Okay, now those swings are kind of similar. Actually, if you run the slightly smaller swing, that gets you even closer right there. All right, how about this high to low? Let's see where that one comes in. We're slightly through that. I'm gonna check where that comes in. But another one, high to low, projected from the high. Again, comparing swings in the same direction. Another high to low, projected from that high. High to low, projected from this high. Okay, that one we definitely went through. All right, so we have some projections here, and we have a couple projections here. Now let me see how much we went through this one to see if I can keep it or not. Let's see, 238.04 versus 237.55. Yeah, actually we don't need that one. All right, but then what else do you want to look at? Retracements and extensions. So for an extension, I do see a swing here, low to high, that when it extends, it might overlap this area. So we're going to run that one. We're going to grab this low to high swing. Okay, and you can see that we went through the 1272, but we're right on top of the 1618 extension that comes in at 237.36. Okay, but what else? Well, we're also going to look at retracements of the most recent swings. We don't necessarily have to do every single swing, but I'm going to look at the most recent swings and see if there's some overlap there. So let's say we're running the low to high here. All right, you're slightly through that 786, so yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. Get that one out of the way. Then let's try this larger swing. Low to high. And that's where we have a 618 retracement. So you can see there, right here, we do have a couple of setups, but the one that we're on top of, or that we've tested recently, is this one that includes two 100% projections, a 1618 of the low to the high, and a 618 retracement of this prior larger swing. And again, if you want to go and try some of these other swings, you can, to see if there's any more that overlaps, like that lower low. Okay, and let's see, that's the 236. Yeah, now it looks like we've had enough information right here. So bottom line, this is how we identify trade setups. We basically look at all possible projections, retracements, and extensions, and then see what clusters together, for the clusters. And otherwise, a lot of times the symmetry projections by themselves are also setups. This just happens to be a cluster that includes symmetry projections. If we continue to hold above this low, our potential upside target becomes the 1272 extension of the swing into the zone. Because the actual low was made 237.55. It was just a teeny bit above 237.47. And again, potential target would be the 1272, 249.79. Target number 2 would be 253.12. And then if you went beyond that, the third target's always the 2618, which comes in at 262.75. So that's basically how we identify the trade setups. Hope it helps. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos.